score. Finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven at a reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Down to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Go backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
With the puck, tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. Found another goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz.
Little right-handed dribble, goes to Reichel, deep three-pointer on the way. That's good.
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Friday night, and welcome to the weekend here from the Raider Dome in Tower City. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show as we get you ready for Region 1 boys basketball tonight between the Lisbon Broncos and the Maple River Raiders. I'm Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes as we get you set for this final regular season and potential ever meeting as region opponents here between Lisbon and Maple River, as a three-class system will be implemented this time next season. Lisbon will be in Class A, while the Maple River Raiders, they'll be in Class B. But first things first is tonight's game. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at IrieINS.com. That again is IrieINS.com. The visitors on the scoreboard tonight in the Lisbon Broncos, head coached by Kim Mark, with a mark of 4-10 on this season, 1-5 in their last 5 games. Last game out, you saw right here on YourLiveEvent.com, a barn burner in Hunter, falling short were the Broncos to Northern Cass, 43-42. On the opposite side for the Maple River Raiders, they snapped a 4-game losing streak on Tuesday with a 53-49 win over Fargo Oak Grove. The Maple River Raiders, head coached by Jay Koka, with a mark of 3-10 here on the season and 2-5 in Region 1 play. For the Broncos, after tonight, they'll make the trek to Napoleon tomorrow, while for Maple River, they will entertain the Oaks Tornadoes tomorrow afternoon right here on Your Live Event. Noon is the JV with the varsity to start at around 1:30. Coming up here, we'll get to our Coaches Corner. We'll hear from both head coaches, Kim Mark from Lisbon and also Jay Koka from Maple River. But before then, take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard here tonight. Sargent County at Fargo Oak Grove with the win for Sargent County. They can clinch no worse than a 2-seed entering the Region 1 tournament on the boys' side against Sargent County at Oak Grove. Also, Region 1 play here this evening. Hankinson at Ridgeland. That is in a really intriguing game as well. The Colts at 5-3 on the season. Hankinson currently sits at 4-4, and they're both are right now battling for that final spot to earn a bye into the Region 1 quarterfinals. So that's an intriguing game as well. Also tonight, Park Christian in a non-region contest at Enderlin, and then Kindred visiting Grafton here this evening. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll hear from Lisbon Bronco head coach, that's Kim Mark, and then we'll sit down with Jay Koka, end of our player profile and the opening tip here tonight from the Raider Dome in Tower City. It's Maple River and Lisbon on YourLiveEvent.com.
Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada. Now on the lot, 8735 Massey Ferguson row crop tractor. Come take a look. Talk to Chuck O'Neill for more information on this 8735 Massey Ferguson row crop tractor. Also on the lot, new 29-foot Wilrich Chisel Pro and this new 39-foot Wilrich Chisel Plow. Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada, 218-784-2961.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
We continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from the Raider Dome in Tower City. Joining us now, Lisbon Bronco head coach, that is Kim Mark. And Kim, I've asked Jay Koka this, I'll ask this to you as well. This time of the season, with where these two particular teams are in the region, does it kind of almost feel like a playoff game in terms of, you know, what a win can do, get you one step closer to at least hosting a playing game at minimum, compared to, well, if you lose, then you might be on the outside looking in for hosting a Region 1 playing game here, Kim?
Right. I mean, we're we have Maple River left. We have Sargent County, Hankinson. So we have some big basketball games left. And it's important. I mean, it sure be nice to host the first round of that regional tournament. I know that.
And then at the end of the day, I know you've been hit by the injury bug here a little bit throughout the season, but who's played well for you guys from top to bottom that's allowed you to get to where you are right now, which is a win? And then, as you mentioned, some really quality opponents coming up here, Kim, to make a stretch run here in February.
I've been getting some real good play with our perimeter guys. We lost Jaden Bittner to an ankle injury a few games ago, and his younger brother, Jordan, has been coming and playing point for us. And I mean, to have a freshman out there running your point on a varsity basketball team is pretty impressive. And he's doing a great job. Lincoln Adair, Wyatt Olson are both kids that are shooting the ball very, very well from the outside. They defend well. They're playing exceptional right now. We're getting some great leadership from Sam Kelson, who's a junior, kind of a forward type kid, and he's playing good basketball. Our post guys are working their tails off to get better, and we're hoping that by tournament time we can get those guys kind of contributing more in the offensive end of the court.
And then going up against Maple River, what just kind of stands out against a Jay Coca team here over the last handful of seasons when you're going up to the Raider Dome in Tower City? That's going to be a challenge here, Kim.
Well, they got a point guard that's awfully quick off the dribble. His son's a tremendous shooter. They've got a big kid inside right now that's rebounding very well and playing great post defense. So that's kind of the big thing. He likes to change up his defenses and do some different things. So it'll be interesting. It'll be a good game for us.
Final thing for you, Kim, and I know where you're probably going to lie on this. I've talked to some folks in the Lisbon area for quite some time about the 3-class system. It came out earlier this week. Good, bad, ugly. Where do you kind of see it from a Lisbon Bronco point of view?
Well, I think from a school our size, we field an awfully good wrestling team. Of half of our boys are wrestling on a very good wrestling team, and so we're it's going to be tough for us. So to make the traveling time and the competition is going to be, I think, is going to be kind of tough for our basketball team. But I've been playing a bunch of younger kids now for a couple of years, and I'm hoping that next year they'll come out and play very, very good basketball.
Kim, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here against the Raiders.
You bet, Chase.
That again, Kim Mark with us from the Lisbon Broncos. We'll continue on our pregame show after this.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We are less than 90 days until spring planting. 90 days. Are you ready? Is your maintenance plan in place? Do you have parts on hand? Are any upgrade options decided on and purchased? We can help. Spring will be here before you know it, and we will help you meet the challenge. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com.
Goose River Heating and Cooling, Hillsboro, serving the Hillsboro and surrounding communities, ready to provide you with service work to existing and new customers. Whether Corey and the crew installed your heating and cooling system or not, they're ready to assist you with your service concerns. And if it's time to update your heating and cooling systems, whether it's your home, farm shop, a cabin, or office building, give Corey and the crew at Goose River Heating and Cooling a call. 701-430-1990. That's Goose River Heating and Cooling, Hillsboro, serving the Hillsboro area and surrounding communities.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
As we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show here today, part of our coaches conversation, joining us now from the Raiders is Maple River head coach. That is Jay Coca. And Jay, before we talk about the matchup with the Lisbon Broncos and what happened with Fargo Oak Grove, the big basketball news, a lot of people have been waiting to hear about it for many months, and it feels like maybe longer for some of those in the state. A 3-class system did get approved. Just from the Maple River point of view, from your side here, Jay, what do you make of the 3-class system being implemented next basketball season here? And now all of a sudden districts come back into play on the eastern side of the state to get to regions to get to state.
Yeah, people here, and including myself, and Mr. Hoots and our school board and people were elated over this. We've been talking about this for some time and been involved with, talking to people with the process and puts us on that even playing field every night. Obviously, with us in the past being in Region 1 and what we are now, we're small. We're very small. We're one of the smallest. So, but to me, it's a bittersweet. I'm excited about moving ahead and being able to give our kids that opportunity. But at the same time, it's always been a great challenge for myself, along with our team, to prepare against the best and go against the best. So, built some great relationships with those coaches, and we'll continue to have those relationships, and had some hard fought battles over the years, and we'll reminisce and talk about those. But we're really excited about what lies ahead for our girls and boys basketball programs with the new district and region and 3-class system alignment.
And to your point, Jay, the squads that you're playing this week, you're not going to play as a region or district opponent moving forward. Fargo, Oak Grove on Tuesday night with the win. Here you got Lisbon coming into town. They will not be a Region 1 team after so many really good battles between those two programs. Let's recap the win, though, that you had against the Grovers back on Tuesday night. What did you like about your team for 4 quarters of basketball against always a really well-coached team in Kyle Card's Grovers?
Well, first off, it's always fun to beat Oak Grove. They're always a good basketball team that is scrappy and shoots the ball well. But I think our guys were up to the challenge. We worked tremendously hard. 50-50 balls were ours. We played tremendously physical and defended. And to be able to say we held an Oak Grove team to under 50 points is very impressive. I thought we played for 4 quarters. We came out right away, took the lead, played with the lead throughout the game, oftentimes in double digits, got down to a little closer than we wanted. We didn't hit the free throws we wanted, but our guys battled, found a way. And these are the scenarios and things we've been talking about all year. Starting out fast, playing from ahead, playing with that energy, defending, finishing possessions on both ends of the court. And we did that. So hopefully this is a stepping stone for us. And we talked about yesterday, moving one game at a time now. We can't look ahead of who's 2 games away. Our focus now is on Lisbon. And we need to take care of business and protect our home court now in Lisbon. But I was very happy with a team effort and a team win against Oak Grove, and something that our guys needed and deserved and have worked hard for.
And the Lisbon Broncos here, Jay, I mean, already you start taking a look at it. There's less games than more games here in region play. So a win here against the Broncos elevates you to possibly hosting a play-in game, or a loss, then you need some things to go your way. So does this already kind of feel like a playoff game, as we know where we are in the month of February a little bit here?
Absolutely. We talked about that going into our stretch run here, starting the week with, we have 3 games this week, 3 games next week. This is playoff time, and this is where we need to take the next step and improve and play our best basketball as we continue to climb. So absolutely, these are the games that you want to win and have to win, and we're fortunate to be home during these next 6 games. I guess we have 6 home games in a row. So for us, that is huge, and we're looking at it one game at a time. Each game is a playoff game, and I guess if you go beyond that, you can kind of look at how we look at it as a region setup, 3 games in a week. That's kind of what we're looking at. So it's good for our guys. I think they're excited about the task ahead, and for them, I think it's exciting because it's less practice as well.
Final thing for you, Jay, before I let you go, your opponent here, Kim Mark's team, what do you just expect, season in, year out, year in, when you go up against a Lisbon Bronco team?
Well, whenever you hear Lisbon, they're going to be scrappy. They're going to be physical. They're going to defend, and they're always fundamentally sound. They find ways to hold teams down. They find ways to compete. We've been in numerous battles with them defensively, scrap wise, physical wise. And we mentioned it before we talked about this. Last year, we had a battle there with the 2 bigs, one from here and one from there. It was a fun battle, and we came up short, but our guys, we know we're going to have to come ready to play and play with that same energy as we did against Oak Grove, and play physical and finish plays offensively and defensively, because Lisbon is going to come, and we know they're going to put up a huge fight.
Hey, Coach Koka, as always, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck here in this Region 1 contest against the Broncos.
Thanks, Chase.
That again, Jay Coca from the Maple River Raiders. Will continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show after this from the Raider Dome.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problems solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Final segment on our Irie Insurance pregame show here between the Maple River Raiders and the Lisbon Broncos. A reminder coming up tomorrow here on your live event. A very busy day from the hard court to the hard mat. Our coverage gets underway at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll have the Region 1 individual tournament from Oaks. Brent Dick and Joel Morgan on the call for you on that one for our audio-only broadcast at 10 a.m. Then at 10 a.m. in Hillsboro, it'll be the Region 2 individual wrestling tournament with Jake Berkmeyer. Here tomorrow, we get a double dip in Tower City. Oaks against Maple River for boys basketball coverage gets underway at noon with the JV. And then part 2 of our twin bill will feature the Sargent County Bulldogs and the Maple River Raiders in the girls contest. 4 o'clock is a scheduled start for the JV with 5:30 with the varsity on the girls side. Taking a look at our player profile. While we heard from Kim Mark throughout the season, they've had a couple of guys had to battle some injury, but one thing is certain, they've been able to have a really good play by the freshman in Jordan Bittner here this season. Also good to see the junior in Wyatt Olson getting up shots, and the same for Lincoln Adair, the sophomore here in Kelson, just a dynamic player on the interior here for the Lisbon Broncos. Those are just a handful of players to talk about. Well, for the Maple River Raiders, they've been getting really good play here from Wyatt Silling, also their starting guard and Quarter Bosch, and Hovelson just does a little bit of everything, and then a T and Caleb Koch. If Caleb gets going from beyond the arc, look out here for the Maple River Raiders. Maple River 3-10 on this season, 2-5 in Region 1 play. Well, for the Lisbon Broncos, they sit at 4-10 on this season and 3-5 in Region 1 play. The Region 1 boys basketball tournament gets underway the final day of February on Tuesday, February 28th for the opening round. Then the quarterfinals will be on Monday, March the 6th, down on the campus of North Dakota State University. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. Visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. Starting lineups and the opening tip is next from the Raider Dome between the Broncos and the Raiders.
Here it's way more hands-on. The college has better equipment than the shop I'm at now. Like, you name it, they got it. You get to use your tools and your hands a lot more. My name is Sean, and I am here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like, every time I go to a meeting, like, everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
As we get ready for the starting lineups here between the Lisbon Broncos and the Maple River Raiders for Class B Region 1 boys basketball. Lisbon will go like this, starting at a sophomore guard. Wearing number 3 is Lincoln Adair. Wearing number 10, Wyatt Olson, the 6-foot junior. From there, Wyatt Webb, the 6'4" senior forward. Webb at 6'4". You have Jordan Bittner, the 6-foot freshman forward, and Samuel Kellison. He is the 6'2" junior center. So Adair, Olson, Webb, Bittner, and Kelson here for the Lisbon Broncos, head coached by Kim Mark, with a mark of 4 wins, 10 losses on the season, averaging 45 a night, while defensively giving up 54 points per contest. For the Maple River Raiders, they'll go like this. Starting at a senior guard is Caleb Koka. From there, here in the starting lineup this evening, you'll have Wyatt Silling the 6'2" senior guard. Clay Hovelson, the senior at 6 foot. Hovelson again at 6 foot. Carter Bosch, the 5'7" sophomore guard, and Connor Dahl here. Connor Dahl, the 5'8" junior guard here for the Maple River Raiders. So Maple River again will go Koka, Silling, Hovelson, Bosch, and Dahl here tonight for the starting lineups for the Maple River Raiders, head coached by Jay Koka with a mark of 3-10 on the season, averaging 48 points per game, while defensively giving up 59 points per contest. 4 8-minute quarters with a 35-second shot clock here on our City of Hope scoreboard. It's the Lisbon Broncos and the Maple River Raiders. Wyatt Silling in the center circle going up against Wyatt Webb here for the Lisbon Broncos as we get ready for the opening tip. And welcome to the weekend here from the Raider Dome, as I'll make sure everyone is set. And the opening tip is underway at 7:41 on a Friday night, and it's won by the team clad in red here this evening with the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon out front in gold here with the white numerals for the Broncos. Man-to-man defense for Maple River. Adair brings it inside the paint, leaves it back up top now as this will go to Bittner. Bittner driving kick to Kelson. Kelson, little hesitation, cross goes across the lane, step through off the window, no. Rebound, put back, good for 2. Wyatt Webb draws first blood here for the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon 3-5 in Region 1 play. Maple River at 2-5. This is a large game when we talk about a couple weeks from now here for the Region 1 tournament. Shot off by Bosch. Rebound comes underneath to Wyatt Olson, and the Lisbon Broncos want a boogie early here in the opening 45 seconds. Handoff, this one goes to the near sideline now to Adair. Lincoln takes a ball screen on the baseline. Little pick and pop action there with Wyatt Webb. Webb trying to back down Silling, gets cut off and throws this one out of play off the backboard here, and that'll be a turnover for the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon, their last 2 games, a 14-point loss against the Kindred Vikings, 56-42, and then a 43-42 1-point loss at Northern Cass on Tuesday. Hovelson gives it to Koka. This for the lead. Left wing triple is good for the 6'1" senior guard, and Maple River takes their first lead of the contest. For Maple River, they snapped a 4-game losing streak, defeating Fargo Oak Grove 53-49 back on Tuesday night. This one will come to the near sideline here to Wyatt Olson. Bounce pass up top as Maple River now goes to a little zone defense. Right pocket 3 by Kelson. Off the back tab and a rebound here to Caleb Koka. Outlet pass to Carter Bosch. Bosch, a little hesitation dribble, able to spin. Shovel pass inside to Hovelson. Off the right block and gets the shooter's roll. Hovelson makes it now a 5-2 contest for the Maple River Raiders. A full court pressure defense as Maple River will sink back into this zone. Up top here, little curl hop for Bittner. Kick out right-hand side for the tie. 3-pointer is no good by Wyatt. And a long rebound out to Carter Bosch. On the left baseline here, shots will be off the mark by Silling and pinballed around on the interior. Jordan Bittner will get the loose ball. Bittner's first rebound of the game. Maple River going back to a man pressure defense here, as this will be at the left wing. Kelson taking a couple of dribbles, gets cut off there by Connor Dahl. Shots will be off the mark. Rebound here to Carter Bosch. That'll be Bosch's second of the opening quarter. Bosch in the front court, left-hand side Hovelson on the reset against this man pressure defense for the Lisbon Broncos. Little two-man game on the left wing. They go underneath the screen. Up top to Silling now, as Silling looking to find an open teammate, does to Connor Dahl. Dahl at the right wing looking for the pick-and-roll action. Now to Coca, left baseline three-pointer on the way, and he's got another one. Caleb Coca with his second triple. It's 8-2 Maple River. On our City of Hope scoreboard, work and play in Hope, North Dakota. That's hopeND.com for more information. Again, hopeND.com. Kelson interior to Webb. Webb finds a dare. 15-footer on the way for Lincoln. Off the back tab, no. And a rebound to Carter Bosch, his third. Bosch in the front court right now in Maple River, being awfully efficient. Here for the opening 2 points was scored by Wyatt Webb and Maple and the Lisbon Broncos. Coming through that elevator screen is Coca. Left-hand side, Hovelson. Hovelson attacks the paint. Driving kick to Dahl. Right baseline three on the way. Off the front tab. Rebound, though, coming down to Hovelson. Top of the key, Wyatt Silling. Going to be long, and a second chance opportunity goes awry. Bittner with his second rebound of the game as the Broncos will bring in the front court. Kelson, little 1-4 set, left-hand side, taking a dribble hard to the paint. Driving kick action now to left baseline here to Wyatt Olson. Olson skips it left-hand side to Bittner. Bittner back to Adair here with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Broncos get cut off. Nice little backdoor on the cut, right-handed layup for two. Patient offense for the Lisbon Broncos results in 2 points for Jaden Bittner, his first field goal of the night, and the Lisbon Broncos are back within 4. Carter Bosch takes the ball screen here, leaves it right-hand side to Silling, back to Dahl. Dahl at the right wing looking on the interior. Ball gets skipped across the way and it's stolen here by Wyatt Webb. First turnover by the Raiders. Lisbon in the front court now to Jordan Bittner at the top of the key. Bittner, left-hand side to Adair. Adair at the left wing. Through that UCLA cut was Bittner, nothing across. Now on the flex cut comes Adair for 2 points. Lincoln Adair with the two-pointer there. They bring the UCLA cut with Bittner, reversed it, and then coming off the flex was Lincoln Adair. You either got to switch or really show, but if you show, then comes a staggered screen the other way. Ball goes to Coca. Coca with it already with 2 threes in the contest. Wyatt Silling right at the key, and he rattles in the third three here of the quarter for the Maple River Raiders. Maple River up by 5. So they'll come out back to a zone on makes, man on misses. Adair gets the baseline here. Little Euro step across the way. Shot no. Rebound is Tossel for on the inside, and Hovelson will come down with it. His second board. Bosch in transition. Carter ankle cross. Uses up that dribble to Silling, and Silling will give it back to Bosch here as Coach Jay Coca calls the offense for the Raiders. High ball screen. They hedge. Bosch right-hand side to Coca. Back now to the left of the key. Silling wants another three off the mark. And we're going to have a jump ball here with Bosch, and on the inside with Jordan Bittner. Arrow favors Maple River as T. Silling will come in for Connor Dahl. T, the younger brother of Wyatt, the 6'3" sophomore, a little bit of a stretch forward and can play at the guard spot as well. Comes down on the screen and instant offense off the bench for T. Silling as the Raiders lead it now by 7. Front court for Adair. Interior to Kelson, leaves it left-hand side now to Wyatt Olson. Olson driving kick on the baseline to Webb. Webb forces up a shot from the left block, no. Rebound underneath here to T. Silling. Maple River's done a really good job, one and done on the defensive side. Driving kick action, now goes Coca. Coca crow hop through the paint, throws one up, and the Lisbon Bronco fans want a turnover. Nothing was granted there. Coca now with his third field goal of the quarter. He's got 8. And for Kim Mark right now asking if that was a turnover or not in terms of the traveling violation. And the officials say no. Here's a turnover, though, with Hovelson to Bosch across the lane. Right-handed shot is going to be off the mark, still loose underneath. And coming down with it is Wyatt Olson in transition now for the Broncos. And Kim Mark will get a timeout right in his right ear and will break as well. 1:46 left to play in the opening quarter. It's Maple River up by 9.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
On our City of Hope scoreboard, it's a 9-point edge here for the Maple River Raiders, currently led by the 8 points with Caleb Koka. The Lisbon Broncos have 3 players with 2 in Adair Webb and also Jordan Bittner here tonight for Lisbon. Both teams will be back in action in earnest tomorrow. Lisbon makes their way to Napoleon Gackle Streeter for a date with the Imperials, and then will host the Oaks Tornadoes on your live event on Tuesday. While for Maple River, they will host Oaks tomorrow at 1:30 here on the varsity side, then go up against Lemoore Litchfield Marion on Tuesday right here in Tower City for a non-region contest against a Region 3 opponent. For Lisbon, up top here after the timeout, going right down Main Street, left-handed layup for 2 for Bittner. The C open up there from the top of the key, and all of a sudden Bittner had all the time as Lisbon now will go to a zone defense here. With it, left-hand side now to Wyatt Silling. Here's a cat-and-mouse game between Coach Koka and Kim Mark now. Where do you go on this zone? Interior to Hovelson, gets into the paint and count it for the end one for Clay Hovelson. Hovelson with 4 points. Foul will come across here for Lisbon. This looks to be on Kelson. That'll be his first and the team's first here tonight for the Lisbon Broncos. Foul opportunity on the way here for Hovelson. Free throw attempt is good. So Hovelson now with 5, and the substitution as Wyatt Silling will check out as Connor Dahl will re-enter the lineup here for Maple River. Lisbon having to contend with this full court little 2-2-1, more of an extended 2-3, if you will. Maple River just looking to slow up the pace of play here. Kelson has that one go off of his hands. T. Silling comes up with a steal, and now Maple River with a bucket trying to take their first double-digit lead here of the night. Lisbon up top with Lincoln Adair and also Jordan Bittner playing the top of this 2-3 zone. Carter Bosch, dribble enters, right-hand side to Dahl. They're trying to get the screen on the baseline, and that will be a 3-second violation on T. Silling. Wondering if it's that or maybe an illegal screen, but bring the dribble enter to the right wing, and then you bring that wing player all the way through on the baseline, trying to make the zone go to one half of the court and then try to free up your shooter on the back end. This one here in the hands of Bittner. Left-hand side, Adair. Adair as Kelson trying to post up on the inside with Webb. Kelson looking relief pressure. Ball goes on the baseline to Wyatt. Now interior to Kelson as they work it to Lincoln Adair. Left wing high arching 3 off the front iron and a board to T. Silling, his second. Carter Bosch and Maple River can take the final shot of the quarter if they desire here. As Bosch bounce pass right-hand side Koka. Now back to the top of the key here to Carter. Bosch with 10 seconds left-hand side, gets the ball back. Now with 7. Bosch on the herky-jerky to the paint, got it to go. Carter Bosch with his first field goal. Adair gets it in. Lisbon tries to get the shot up before the buzzer, going to be short, and that's how we'll end this first quarter of play. On our City of Hope scoreboard, it's the Maple River Raiders up by 12.
Folks, it's tax season, and the best way to teach your kids about taxes is by eating 30% of their ice cream. And the best way to learn about your tax situation is contacting Olson Accounting. They'll answer any question you have from an individual or business point of view. Let Olson Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Maple River Lisbon here tonight. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you from the Raider Dome in Tower City as we get this weekend started. At the top, that's going to be Bittner. Kick left-hand side, Kelson. Kelson looking for the cut-through on the pass. On the entry goes to Wyatt Olson. Olson on the short corner, double team to Kelson. Back up top here for Lisbon. Lisbon with Bittner driving kick. Olson left wing 3 on the way off the backboard. Off the back of the iron, no good. And T. Silling with the rebound. Bosch wants to boogie in transition. Bosch gets through the paint, lost it on his way up, regains the possession, throws it up top to Wyatt Silling now. And now it's going to be Jay Koka calling out the offense here for Maple River. And that might be one of the more efficient quarters we've seen from Maple River in terms of 8 minutes of basketball here this season. Bosch, right-hand side to Silling. Wyatt gets into the paint, bounce pass. Hovelson, a block shot by Adair. Hovelson stays with it. Dahl, jumper on the way and gets the shooter's roll. Connor Dahl in the scoring column now, and all the starters have scored here tonight for Maple River, and anybody who's played in their 6 players, and a timeout for Kim Mark. We'll break as well. 6:56 left to play here in the opening half. Timeout on the floor. It's Maple River up by 14.
Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders as they compete on and off the court and field. They put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish their goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience, with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, go online to eeeinc.com or stop by the office in Page for more information. Make your next project a winner with the team at Triple E Incorporated in Page.
Lisbon right now just looking for something to go on the offensive side of the court. And Maple River's gone from man to 2-3 zone and got them a little off balance right now. Lisbon's had some quality looks. It's just been one and done. Coming through the screen is Olsen. Olsen kick now to Adair. Lincoln probing. Open, shooting. Bittner. Elbow, nope. And there's the one and done. So a good look for Lisbon, a little bit contested. Able to get to the top of the key. They just can't buy a bucket here in this second quarter. Carter Bosch, although it's early here in the second. Silling down the paint, right-handed layup for 2. Now on the opposite side, it just feels like Maple River can't miss here from the Raider Dome tonight. This is a team that's averaging 48 points per contest. They're halfway there in the opening 9.5 minutes. Adair three-pointer going to hit the top, and that'll be out of play and be the 4th opportunity here for Lisbon that goes awry in the quarter, as we'll have a substitution into the game. Wyatt Webb returns in for Ethan Gilbert. Got some playing time for head coach Kim Mark. And Lisbon, we've seen them also match with a 2-3 zone and man-to-man defense at times. Bosch, right wing, Silling now to Dahl. Connor Dahl at the right wing, back up top to Hovelson as we reverse it around the horn. Wyatt Silling to T, younger brother, right wing to Bosch. Bosch with 15 seconds on the shot clock, rises from 16. Shot's going to be off the mark. Dahl trying to save it, but he's going to be out of play, and this one will be awarded to the Lisbon Broncos. From a Bronco point of view, you're hoping to trim it down to 12, 10 points before you get to the half. If you can do single digits, better yet. From Maple River, you're up by 16. It's your largest lead of the game. You're looking to balloon this one up to 20-22 and try to play a runaway game early in this first half. At the top, Bittner with the basketball, reverse it now to Adair. Coming across in that flex screen, Hovelson gets up front. Now to Bittner. Bittner at the top, the key to Lincoln. Lincoln with it, back to the right of the key. Kelson triple on the way. Shots will be off the mark. Adair able to get the offensive rebound and reset here for the Lisbon Broncos. Ball gets skipped on the baseline. Wyatt Webb. Webb with it. Rips it through. Gets his block shot here by Silling. Hovelson will muscle it out of play and will stay here with the Lisbon Broncos. Koka will check in for Connor Dahl as Lisbon will inbound it with Jordan Bittner. A 6-foot freshman right on top. You hear an eagle's eye view. On the baseline goes Webb. Webb coming off that screen is going to be Bittner. Bittner left-hand side to Kelson. Kelson lost his balance, regains possession. Now to Olsen. They go underneath the screen. Olsen three-pointer off the back tab. No, and then we'll have a foul for Webb. Where the position was Wyatt Silling. Webb will pick up the foul, his first and the team's second, and that's just our second foul of the game in general between these two teams. Maple River's gone to the free throw line once. Lisbon has yet to get to the charity stripe. Broncos led by the 4 points of Bittner. Maple River in the front court here. Right-hand side to Bosch. Coming through that staggered screen is Koka. Reverse it. Wyatt Silling, left baseline triple. Tickles the twine. Wyatt Silling. And the Maple River Raiders have hit their 4-3 as a unit. And they balloon this game out to 19 points. Adair at the top here for the Lisbon Broncos. Around the horn to Webb. Webb with a high post touch. Kelson gets it to go. Sam Kelson with the first field goal of the quarter here for Lisbon as they see something go through the cylinder in a positive manner. Left-hand side, Wyatt Silling to T. T reverse it, right wing to Carter Bosch, now to Koka. Koka at the top of the key, left-hand side to Wyatt. 20 seconds on the shot clock here as the ball gets worked around the horn. Koka triple, got another one. Caleb Koka, his third three of the game. He's got 11. Lisbon now looking for the answer bucket. Adair, Bittner, back to Adair. Lincoln on the baseline to Kelson. Kelson skips it to Bittner. Bittner looking to reverse it. Back to Lincoln here to Bittner at the top of the key. Very active in this 2-3 zone is Maple River right now. Carter Bosch almost gets the steal. Ball goes on the baseline to Bittner. Bittner will handle it with 7 seconds on the shot clock to Webb. Backdoor to Kelson. Kelson trying to muscle his way inside off the back tab. No. Rebound though, one here and stolen away by Olsen for two. Wyatt Olsen with 2 points and 3 rebounds here in second chance opportunity, something we haven't said much for Lisbon. They cash in on that possession. Koka up top here. Ball gets swung around the horn. Now the top of the key. Wyatt Silly wants another three off the front iron and a rebound as we have a little rodeo move on the inside as Bosch was going underneath with Wyatt Webb, and the possession will favor Maple River. Substitution, Hunter Langhoff, the 6-foot senior, will check in for the Lisbon Broncos as Wyatt Webb will head to the bench with 2:57 before we get to our halftime report. Inside T. Silling, and then we're going to have a foul. So there's a turnover and then a steal. Good hands there by Jordan Bittner. And the foul comes on T, his first and the team's first. And both teams don't have to worry about foul situations this late in the first half as Lisbon just has 2 team fouls, and that was Maple River's first of the opening half. Backing his defender down is Olsen, now to Adair. Lincoln driving kick action, right-hand side to Langhoff. Langhoff gives it to Kelson. Kelson with a jab step back inside to Langhoff, and then there's a foul. Wyatt's going to pick up the foul, trying to get in front. That'll be his first and the team's second. Fresh 35 on the shot clock here for the Lisbon Broncos as they will inbound it with Bittner. Ball goes to Langhoff here at the right of the key after Olsen hit the deck. Lincoln Adair. Adair with it to the right-hand side. Lisbon taking a couple of dribbles now to Bittner. Bittner at the free throw line, spins, hangs, tough shot, gets that one off the front of the rim, and a rebound here to Hovelson. It'll be Clay's fourth. Carter Bosch in transition, lost it off his left shoe here, and now they'll set up the offense with Bosch. Maple River play the two-man game with Hovelson. Bosch, right-hand side to T. T reverse it to Wyatt. Silling to Silling. That's Wyatt to T. Step through, and there's a foul. T. Silling will go to the free throw line here on the brother pick and roll. Foul comes across. This would be on Kelson, his second and the team's third. 2 free throws on the way here for T. Silling, the 6'3 sophomore. Maple River's largest lead of the game at 20, and they can match that here with a pair of free throws for T. Silling. Silling now with 5 points in the game, matching Clay Hovelson here for the Raiders. Koka with the most with 11. Second free throw attempt on the way off the back tab, no. Rebound to Wyatt Olsen, his 4th rebound of the contest. Now to Bittner. Bittner in the front court. Looks to play a 2-man game. Olsen comes off the screen. Olsen looking to drive down the paint, spins, and then we're going to have a jump ball as Hovelson got his hand on top of the basketball. That'll be a good call on a jump ball there here on this one. Good job by Clay not getting his hand cut in a cookie jar as you go on top of it. And if you hit any part of the skin or particularly the right or left hand, that's going to be a foul, but he got his hand right on top of that basketball. T. Silling will check out. Connor Dahl will come in. Lisbon will have an open shot here on the way for Olsen. Off the backboard, no, follows his own shot. Able to get the offensive board, his 5th of the game here on the rebounding side. Bittner, 13-footer over Bosch, no. It's still loose underneath, and trying to come up with it is Dahl, and then we're going to have a jump between him and Hunter Langhoff, and the arrow is going to point towards Maple River. So from a Lisbon point of view, just unable to buy a bucket right now, and Maple River has cooled off the last 4 minutes and change of this second quarter, but they came out hot. 20 points in the first quarter, leading at 20-8 after 1 8-minute quarter. Bosch, right-hand side T, make that wide, excuse me. Dahl with it, back to the top of the key to Hovelson. Hovelson to Koka. Koka from well downtown off the back tab. No, Bosch with the offensive rebound over Adair. Can't get that one to go, and Langhoff corrals the board. Bosch with his 4th rebound of the game. Bittner in the front court. Right-hand side, Olsen. Olsen jab step. Hovelson trying to wall him off. Bounce pass open. Driving kick action. Bittner triple. No. Ball gets tapped out, and then we'll have a foul here on the Lisbon Broncos. And this is going to be the third here on Sam. Kelson will pick up his third and the team's fourth. And now Lisbon will have to make a substitution as Wyatt Webb returns. Well, for the Maple River Raiders, T. Silling will check in, and Hovelson will come off the bench. Maple River in the front court here with Carter Bosch for the Raiders. Bosch. Pass entry to Connor Dahl. Dahl at the left wing. Takes the dribble here. Looking to go hard on the inside, and then we're going to have a foul here on Connor Dahl in the offensive spot with the clear out. Good defense by Lincoln Adair holding his ground. Dahl will pick up the first, and that'll be the team's third. Lisbon in the front court looking to end on a positive note before we get to the half. With it, Bittner, and then we're going to have the offensive foul the other way. This one on Jordan just put enough of the shoulder into the sternum of Carter Bosch as Bittner will pick up his first, the team's fifth here. Hovelson to check in now for T. Silling. So 18.8 left to go on our City of Hope scoreboard in this first half, and now it's Maple River with the last chance here before we get to intermission. Hovelson, left-hand side, Silling, Wyatt with 5, with 4, Wyatt gets inside the paint, gets the shot off over Webb and beats the buzzer, and that's how we'll end this first half of play for the Maple River Raiders. Maple River leads it 33-12 on our City of Hope scoreboard. Maple River 20 points in the first quarter, 13 in the second. Lisbon with 8 points in the first quarter and held to 4 points in the second. Our halftime show is next from the Raider Dome in Tower City.
What does it take to make fitness part of your lifestyle? It's intention. It's commitment. It's resilience. It's just who you are. You put in the time and effort to stay active. Our expert orthopedic and sports medicine providers also put in the time and effort to invest in new methods and treatments. Whatever you do to stay active, we are here to keep you moving. It's just who we are. Orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
In Lisbon, contact Lance Gulson at 701-683-4713. On our City of Hope scoreboard here, work and play in Hope, North Dakota, from job listings to housing options. Search HopeND.com. That's HopeND.com. At the half, the Maple River Raiders lead it over the Lisbon Broncos here tonight from the Raider Dome in Tower City. Here's a look at the first half numbers. Maple River with 6 players in the scoring column. They have 5 triples in the first 16 minutes. 2 of 3 from the line with 12 rebounds and 4 turnovers for Maple River. Well, for the Lisbon Broncos, they have 5 players in the scoring column. They have yet to attempt a free throw, 0 threes, currently with 10 rebounds and 4 turnovers. Individual numbers for Maple River, led by the 11 of Caleb Koka. He's got 3 made three-pointers here as well, 2 in the first quarter. 8 points for Wyatt Silling with 2 threes, and then T. Silling with 5 points and 3 rebounds. 5 points as well for Clay Hovelson with 4 boards. 2 points, 4 rebounds for Carter Bosch, and Connor Dahl with 2 points for the Raiders. Maple River led by the 11 with Koka and the 8 for Wyatt Silling. For the Lisbon Broncos, 4 points, 2 rebounds for Jordan Bittner here for the freshman. And then you got 2 points for Kelson, who's playing with those 3 personal fouls. Wyatt Webb with 2 points and a board. The same for Lincoln Adair, and Wyatt Olson with 2 points and 5 rebounds here for Lisbon. Again, the Broncos led by the 4 points with Jordan Bittner. Lisbon trying to get to 5-10 on the season, 4-5 with a Region 1 win, while Maple River looking to improve to 4-10 on the season and 3-5 in the region with a win here tonight. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for what we have on tap for the weekend at the half from the Raider Dome. It's Maple River up by 21.
Hometown Community Bank serves both the Hope Page and Maple Valley school districts. If you're interested in an egg loan, real estate, consumer, or commercial loan, Hometown Community Bank can serve you. Give DeWitt a call at either branch location in Page or Fingal. Ask Janine about the competitive certificates of deposit or money market rates. Hometown Community Bank is a community bank and proud of the communities they serve, and they wish the best of luck to the Maple River Raiders for many years moving forward with the co-op. Hometown Community Bank is a member of the FDIC.
Hope Page Public Schools are committed to the development of all students by providing a high-quality education that is reflective of the strong values in our communities. The staff at Hope Page Public Schools work each day to enable and inspire students to achieve academic excellence and make positive contributions to our world. Learn more about Hope Page Public Schools by visiting hope-page.k12.nd.us. We are Hope Page, and we will change the world.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Have you adjusted your crop insurance policy to reflect the increase in commodity prices and input costs? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We want to partner with you to provide you a comprehensive policy structure to protect your farm's revenue and preserve your equity. Give us a call today to set up a time to meet with an Irie Insurance agent prior to March 15th. For contact information, please visit our website at irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
For more information for upcoming games throughout the week, you can go to our website. That is yourliveevent.com to check out our complete schedule of games throughout the Red River Valley and beyond. A busy day, Region Wrestling tomorrow, as we'll have the Region 1 Wrestling Individual Tournament in Oaks tomorrow with Brent Dick and Joel Morgan for our audio-only coverage starting at 10 a.m. We'll have Region 2 Wrestling as well in Hillsboro with Jake Berkemeyer. We'll be out here tomorrow for the doubleheader, or the twin bill that is, Oaks and Maple River for the boys game at noon, and then the girls game will get underway between Sargent County and Maple River at 4 o'clock, part of our 2 games here tomorrow for boys and girls basketball. A good little twin bill as well in Thompson. Roseville plays Thompson in girls basketball tomorrow at 1. Then Four Winds Minnewacan will play Thompson to follow at 2:45. And Cavalier Northern Cass for a doubleheader tomorrow as well. So if you're looking for basketball, we got you covered. If you're looking for wrestling, we got you covered as well here on yourliveevent.com. The big news of the week is what next season is going to look like in basketball. Well, District 1 Class B, yes, back to districts on the eastern side of the state, will look like this, barring any breakups or changes with co-ops. On the boys' side, Wymer, Lidgerwood, Maple River, Enderlin, and Hankinson will make up District 1 with Richland, Oaks, Tri-State, Barnes County North, and Sargent County. On the Class A side, the Lisbon Broncos will be in Region 1 out of 4 regions in Class A. Wahpeton, Valley City, Central Cass, Kindred, Lisbon, Northern Cass, Oak Grove, and then unless the co-op dissolves, Wymer, Lidgerwood, Hankinson would be there as well for girls, but that would be girls only. For the boys again, the Grovers, the Jags, the Broncos, the Vikings, Squirrels, Highliners, and Huskies. So that's what it will look like next season. This is the final regular season, meaning for who knows how long, as either district or rival competition here between the Broncos and the Maple River Raiders. That does it for a halftime show. We come back after this. We'll get ready for second half action from the Raider Dome in Tower City. It's Maple River 33, led by the 11 points with Caleb Koka, and the Lisbon Broncos with 12, led by the 4 points with Jordan Bittner. The second half is next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
The Maple Valley School District is moving forward with the plan to build a new pre-K classroom, community fitness center, and gymnasium with locker rooms. The classroom will provide more space for a growing pre-K program. The fitness center will provide opportunities to benefit all Maple Valley communities, and the gym will allow more opportunities for all activities of the Maple River Co-op. Plus, the plan is to build with no new taxes. Contact the business manager to see how you can help make this a reality today at 701-749-2570.
Maple Valley Parents is a nonprofit organization whose main purpose is to promote, encourage, and support the Maple Valley students, teachers, and staff. MVP strives to strengthen and enhance the educational and social environment of the Maple Valley School District by providing opportunities for students, teachers, and parents to learn, socialize, communicate, and grow together. MVP Group welcomes anyone to join them in their mission. If you'd like to get involved or see upcoming events, check out the Maple Valley Parents Facebook page.
As we get ready for second half action here from the Raider Dome, Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here is coming off that flex cut is Lincoln Adair for Lisbon. Now gives it back to the top here to Hunter Langhoff around the horn of the baseline with Kelson, who again has to play smart with those 3 fouls. On the baseline, Langhoff back to Adair, 15 on the shot clock to Olsen. Olsen looks to reverse it, instead gives it to Kelson at the left wing with 8 on the shot clock now. Back to Bittner trying to get by Bosch. Hangs inside the paint. Shot's going to be off the iron and a rebound here to Clay Holvelson. Holvelson will have his 5th of the contest. Bosch, Dahl, Holvelson, Koka, and Wyatt Silling here, the original starters for the Maple River Raiders. Carter Bosch inside, gives it to Holvelson, around the horn to Dahl. Dahl left wing triple, partially blocked by Adair, and then it'll come down here with Lisbon. Langhoff in the starting lineup in the second half with Olsen, Bittner, Adair, and alongside Kelson here for the Lisbon Broncos. Ball works around the horn. Adair asking for it on the inside over Koka. A little baby hook for 2. Lincoln Adair now with 4 points, his second field goal. And the Lisbon Broncos, just like they did in the first quarter, take the opening 2 points here in the third quarter. Carter Bosch playing a pick and roll game to Holvelson, right-hand side to Dahl. Dahl will handle it back to the top of the key to Silling. Wyatt between the rings. Here goes Koka. Back to the top to Holvelson. Clay looking to back his defender down to Bosch. A little 2-man game again on this pick and roll action. If you're a defense, you better talk against this Maple River half court where it's pick and roll and pick and roll. Here goes Holvelson inside the paint, gets the shot up, and there's a foul here with Kelson. Kelson's going to pick up the foul here, and that'll be his 4th and the team's 1st. And Holvelson will go to the free throw line for 2. Maple River in the first half, 2 of 3 from the foul line. Holvelson, this will be his 2nd and 3rd free throw attempts of the night. Buries the first as Kelson will check out, and Cameron Cordero, the 5'7" freshman guard, will check in the lineup now here for the Broncos. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming for Holvelson. Clay misses the 2nd. Rebound here to Wyatt Olsen, and Olsen's en route to try to finish with at least 10 or more rebounds here tonight. But one thing that Lisbon needs a lot more of right now is offensive points and some defensive stops. Still a lot of time to get that. At the top of the key is Bittner. Bittner here between the rings, finds Adair coming off that screen. Lincoln at the right wing. Pops the pass up top as we reverse it around the horn. Adair off that flex cut, nothing there to Bittner at the high post. Bittner lost it for a moment, and there's a turnover. Here comes Hovelson. Hovelson from the right block off the window, good for 2. Hovelson with 8 points. That's his third main field goal, and this is the largest deficit of the game for the Lisbon Broncos on our City of Hope scoreboard. 2-3 zone now for the Raiders. Up top, they work at right wing to Adair. Adair back to the right of the key. Bittner left-hand side as they go around the horn on the baseline to Wyatt Olson. Back up top now to Bittner again with 15 on the shot clock as Lisbon will call it the offense. Left of the key with it. Here's Cordero. Cordero lost it as they get on the deck, and then we'll have a traveling violation as Hovelson just spun enough to give it to Coca for the turnover Lisbon to bring some size back on the floor here in the 6'4 senior and Wyatt Webb as you'll have Langhoff checking out. 5:17 left to play here in this third quarter play. Maple River, again, that first quarter might have been the best 8 minutes we've seen from them this season where they just seemingly couldn't miss. 20-8 they outscored the Broncos, and they haven't looked back since. Lisbon in the front court. Good spin move by Cadero, and he floats one inside the paint for 2. Cameron off the bench for 2 points here for Kim Mark and the Broncos. Lisbon, though, a long road in front of him, down by 20, but that'll be a potential start. Wyatt Silling wants the answer to say not so fast, and he does. Silling now in double digits with 10. He'll join Coca as part of the 10-plus category in scoring. Coca with 11. Cordero back to the top around the horn to Adair here. Hovelson went to gamble on that one, didn't pay off. Lincoln Adair, three-pointer off the mark. Rebound here by Cadero, and he saves it, but then it'll be thrown away towards Maple River. So the officials are going to come across here and see if it was deflected or not, as the officials will come across and say after Cameron's pass was intended for Wyatt Olson, was it deflected before it went out of bounds? If it was, it will stay Lisbon Bronco basketball, and they say yes, it will. So the officials will come across and talk it over as Lisbon will be slid to inbound and get a fresh 35 seconds on the shot clock. Both teams back in action tomorrow. Lisbon will hit the road to the center part of the state, and there's a turnover here as Bittner looked right-hand side, and the wing player cut all the way through. As they'll go to Napoleon Gackle Streeter for a game tomorrow afternoon, while for the Maple River Raiders, they will play and host the Oaks Tornadoes at 1:30 for the varsity game here on YourLiveEvent.com. Bosch top of the key, driving kick action to Hovelson, now to Dahl. Dahl playing that two-man game, good hedge on the way by Adair. Here's Wyatt Silling spinning and throws it in the second row. Check the popcorn. Looks to be all right, and that'll be a turnover here for Maple River. It was a couple weeks ago we were here and we had a nacho cheese timeout on the floor after a skip ball went into one of the JV players getting some nachos after the game, and they had to bring a towel out. Ball in the baseline, right pocket here for Adair as they work it. Lincoln being that baseline runner. Cordero driving kick interior here to Webb. Webb hangs, shooting, scores. One of the better offensive sets we've seen from the Lisbon Broncos against that 2-3 zone. Good ball action, skip left to right, and able to get it on the interior. Bosch, top of the key, Silly now to Coca. Caleb with it to the top. Hovelson, right-hand side. This will go to Dahl. Dahl gives it back to the top to Wyatt Silling. Now to Bosch. Carter to Caleb. And then we're going to have a foul coming through that screen was Wyatt Olson as he puts Hovelson on the deck. Olson will pick up his first and the team's second. Lisbon with 3 timeouts remaining. Maple River, they got their full 5 here. And Carter Bosch and Maple River will be it with the ball in the front court. Wyatt to Coca. Coca getting a lot of pressure there with Wyatt Olson after hitting 3 first-half threes and 2 in the first quarter. Connor Dahl to Silling, left-hand side to Bosch. Bosch will work with the basketball, looking to have it on the interior. 17 now on the shot clock. Bosch takes a high ball screen here, gets cut off by Cordero. Now with it, Dreises from 10 and got it to go. Carter Bosch with 4 points and 4 rebounds tonight here for Maple River. And the Raiders are back up by 22. Bittner, Cordero, back here to Lincoln Adair. To Bittner at the top. Cordero, left wing three-pointer on the way. Tickles the twine. That's the first made three of the night for the Lisbon Broncos, who are trailing it now by 19. They were down 21 at the half. They'd love to get it to about that 14, 12-point mark at least before it gets to the fourth quarter. And there's a turnover for Maple River. Maple River will make a substitution, brother for brother. T comes in for Wyatt. Lisbon right now just trying to, as quickly as possible, get it back to 10, if not to single digits, while for Maple River looking for a stop here. Little curl hop through the paint by Olsen. Good move, just unable to finish there with the left hand. Board to T. Silling his fourth. Bosch in transition finds Dahl. Back to Carter here. And now it'll be an offensive set. Dahl right in front of the bench, cut off there by Lincoln Adair. And Lisbon now starting to gamble a little bit more in the passing lane, starting to overpress a little bit, trailing by 19, trying to get a steal and score the other way. Maple River to Holvelson, back to Bosch here, as Bosch will set up the offense. Carter, little hesitation to the paint. Teardropper got it to go. Carter Bosch now with 6, and his second field goal in as many minutes here for the Raiders, as they're doubling up the Lisbon Broncos on our City of Hope scoreboard. Right-hand side to Bittner. Bittner left wing. Cordero rises. He wants another three. Off the mark. Rebound to T. Silling, his fifth of the contest. Bosch in the front court here. Bosch wheeling and dealing to Dahl. Back to Carter at the top. Carter calls out the offense here. Looks for a ball screen. Goes between the legs. Well, pick and roll action. And there's a steal by Wyatt Webb as him and Silling hit the deck. And Wyatt comes up with a steal, and then we'll have a foul on T. Silling. That'll be his second, team's first, and very similar to the first half where there was just 8 fouls combined. So far, just 3 fouls combined here in this second half. Ball right-hand side. Olsen to Cordero. Cordero lost his bounce, tried to give it off to Lincoln Adair, and Holvelson's going to barrel roll over it. It's still loose as Cordero will come down out of play, and that was not 1, not 2, but 4 opportunities for the Maple River Raiders and the Lisbon Broncos. It almost looked like a football drill where you just roll out the football and say, go get it. Adair, with 20 seconds on the shot clock, gives a pass to Webb. Left the key now, Bittner. Bittner right-hand side to Cordero. Cordero bounce pass back to Webb, and then we'll have a foul on Silling. That's going to be T's third and the team's second. And now for the Lisbon Broncos, slated to inbound it again on the baseline. Cordero with a little pick-to-picker play. Cordero gets it into Olsen here. Back to top to Adair. Adair left-hand side to Bittner. Bittner with 30 seconds on the shot clock. Gets the shot off over Bosch. That's going to be off, and a rebound here to T. Silling. And for the Maple River Raiders, held to 9 points in this quarter, but that's the same for the Lisbon Broncos. At the top around the horn, Carter Bosch. Staggered, Coca open, shooting, and that one swirls in and out. Rebound to Lincoln Adair. Adair in the front court now for the Lisbon Broncos. Lincoln, open, Bittner, top of the key, 3 on the way. Broncos miss it. Adair gets the loose ball, though. Uses up that dribble, back to Bittner. Inside here to Cordero, and there's a foul with Dahl. Connor Dahl will pick up his second, and that'll be the team's third. And for Lisbon, they'll have enough time to try to get a catch and shoot and possibly 2 to 3 dribbles at max before you got to get that shot off. Cordero to Bittner. Bittner gets the shot up before the buzzer, but unable to finish, and that's how we'll end our third quarter of play. On our City of Hope scoreboard, it's the Raiders up by 21.
This is Thor Nelson, a Minot resident and National Hockey League official for 21 years. Why officiate? Some officiate to help kids learn and respect the game. They enjoy watching kids develop in their sport and as people, and they enjoy it because it's fun. You can be an official. Call your local high school or the North Dakota High School Activities Association at 701-845-3953. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North. always true.
Out-of-town scoreboard at Oak Grove tonight. It's Sargent County 35, Oak Grove 26 with 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Sargent County, if they hold on to win that game, they would be no worse than a number 2 seed entering the Region 1 tournament. Bosch with it, now to Hovelson. Between the rings here goes Koka, and then there's the second time that we've seen it where Olsen barrels through Hovelson, and Wyatt Olsen will pick up the foul, his second and the team's third. And that's a tough one for Lisbon because now time is not on your side, and it's a fresh 35 for Maple River. So they just took out 20-plus seconds, and now they get another 35, or they can almost kill a minute without having to shoot the ball here. And they're going to try to minimize the game as much as possible. While for Lisbon, how can you extend it? And then you need buckets. Doesn't matter how, free throw line 2s or 3s, they just need something to go through the cylinder. Wyatt Silling, guarded by Adair, triple by Wyatt, shot off the mark, and a board to Lisbon. Wyatt Olsen with his 7th rebound. Olsen will see if he can go coast to coast, gives it now to Webb at the left wing for the Broncos here, trying to give the dribble handoff to Bittner. Bittner back between the circles, Kelson playing with those 4 personal fouls. Olsen to Bittner. Bittner, left-hand side to Kelson. Kelson finds Lincoln. Adair takes the ball screen. Adair looking on the inside. Now down to single digits. Kelson, right wing, 3 on the way for Sam. Off the iron and a board at Carter Bosch, his 5th of the game. Bosch in the front court. Now he'll set it up now for the Raiders. Ball screen here, Bosch to Hovelson. Hovelson goes hard through the paint. There's going to be an offensive charge. Hovelson came through, and Wyatt Webb stood his ground. Clay will pick up the foul, his first and the team's 4th. For the Lisbon Broncos, the least amount of points they've scored this season was 34. That they've given up, was 34 to Lamorlo Marion on December the 20th. Lisbon scored just 23 points in that game, but that was early on in the season for the Broncos. Lisbon right now, this will be a foul on the way for Carter Bosch, looking to get that one, and Bosch will pick up the foul. That'll be Carter's first, team's 5th, much to the chagrin of head coach Jay Koka and the Raiders. For the Lisbon Broncos, slid to inbound it here with Bittner. Lisbon 8 points in the first quarter, 4 in the second, 9 in the third, and so far held scoreless early in the fourth quarter as Bosch collects the miss. Bosch in the front court. Bosch driving kick action. Wyatt Silling. Silling with the hesitation back up top to T. Now between the circles here to Carter. Carter will take the ball screen from T. Silling on the pick and roll to Hovelson, right-hand side to Wyatt. Wyatt at the right wing, looking on the interior to T. T takes the dribble, this one through the paint. It's still loose underneath with him and Wyatt Webb, and they're going to say it's towards the Lisbon Broncos. So turnover number 9 here for Maple River. After the Raiders scored 20 points in the opening 8 minutes, they've been limited to 22 here since. Well, for Lisbon, it's been about the same. They scored 8 points in the first 8 minutes, and since then they've been limited to just to 13 here for the remainder of the game. Coming off the stagger, it's going to be Lincoln Adair, left wing 3 on the way, trying to get the shooter's roll, unable to do so, and that one will be out of play. Neither team has scored here in the fourth quarter. We played 2.5 minutes. Neither team's been to the free throw line. We've seen rebounds, fouls, steals, and that's been about it, and a timeout for Jay Koka. We'll break as well with 5:23 left in the fourth quarter.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Maple River up by 21 over the Lisbon Broncos here tonight from the Raider Dome in Tower City after the first time out by Coach Koka, and there's an illegal ball screen. T. Silling just wasn't set when Carter was coming over the screen, so T's going to pick up his fourth, and from here on out now, the Lisbon Broncos will be at the bonus, so there's something that you can take advantage of. Find ways to force the official to make a call, and if it's in your favor, you're going to get rewarded with some free throws throughout the rest of the game. Olsen curl hop through the paint now to Bittner. Bittner rises from the free throw line, got it to go. First bucket of the quarter for either Kleem, and Bittner now with 6 points. But again, time is not on the Broncos side. Maple River, they don't need to necessarily score. They can just try to bleed this clock out for the remainder 4 minutes and change. Hovelson posting up on the inside. Cordero trying to get in front on the mismatch. Ball goes left wing now to Silling. Silling looking for the up and over pass now to Carter Bosch as Adair helping out on the backside. And then we're going to have a foul as Silling hits the deck. Excuse me, no foul there now to T. T on the baseline. Jumper, shot off the mark, and Adair gets the rebound. Bittner in the front court, now a bucket here for Lisbon would loom large as Cordero trying to go right down Main Street, right-handed layup, good opportunity. Shot's going to be off the mark, and Silling collects a loose ball. Carter Bosch in the front court here for Maple River will handle it now to Wyatt Silling. Silling on the inside of Hovelson. Hovelson looks to spin on the baseline off the window. Can't get that one, and Cordero gets the loose ball. Cordero up the floor, left-hand side. That'll go to Olsen. Olsen to the 10, right-handed scoop and score. Wyatt Olsen now with 4 points. It's 4 points in the quarter for Lisbon. A goose egg for Maple River halfway through. Again, Maple River, time is their ally right now. Lisbon playing awfully scrappy here in this fourth quarter as well. Top of the key, Koka. Koka at the left wing uses up that dribble. Calum finds a teammate to Wyatt. Silling crossing over, bounce pass, looking for Hovelson inside, and we're going to have a jump ball, and the possession will favor the Lisbon Broncos. So another stop for the defensive side here for Lisbon as Connor Dahl will check into the game for T. Silling. And we'll have a timeout here for Kim Mark. We'll break as well late in the fourth quarter on YourLiveEvent.com.
Folks, it's tax season, and the best way to teach your kids about taxes is by eating 30% of their ice cream. And the best way to learn about your tax situation is contacting Olsen Accounting. They'll answer any question you have from an individual or business point of view. Let Olsen Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsencpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olsen Accounting of Lisbon.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
And the timeout, the Lisbon Broncos will have 2 remaining. Kim Mark trying to drop an offensive set. Olsen trying to get by Hovelson, and then we'll have a foul, and they'll say it was in the act of shooting. So Clay Hovelson will pick up the foul, his second. Team 7, then Olsen will go to the free throw line, and these will be the first free throw attempts of the game for the Lisbon Broncos. Olsen 4 points and 7 rebounds. This is the second chance opportunity here for Olsen. Olsen able to go 1 of 2 from the line. Now a 5-0 run here for Lisbon. Trailing it by 16. Bosch in the front court. Bosch going to the 10, right-handed layup off. Rebound here for the Broncos. Cordero. Bittner in the front court. Bittner ankle cross, left-hand side of Olsen. Olsen at the free throw line. Comes into a spin now to Adair. Lincoln, right wing, Cordero, right pocket 3, long. Ball gets pinballed, and we'll have a foul, and this one will go against Lisbon. Foul will be on Wyatt Olsen, his third and the team's fourth, and now the Broncos will apply the full court pressure defense here. Trying to get a steal, jump, and get the ball back quickly. Hovelson and the Raiders up and over on the pass to Dahl. Dahl will dribble it up in the front court and give it to Carter Bosch. Bosch at the left wing up top to Silling. Wyatt with it, guarded there by Olsen. Ball now to Koka. Shot clock to 10. Koka guarded by Cordero. Gives it to Bosch here, almost an over and back. Bosch, and then there's a foul with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Tough one from a Lisbon Bronco point of view, as this foul will come across on Jordan Bittner, his second, team's 5th, as the shot clock resets to 35 seconds. So they did everything right that time, but then just fouled late, and Maple River can just continue to chew more time and try to get this one under 2 minutes before the Broncos get the ball back in the offensive set. Off the screen is going to be Silling on the inside. Wyatt on the baseline, off the window, no. And a rebound here to Kelson. Other end of the floor goes Cordero. Cordero spins on the baseline and a block shot by Wyatt Silling. So this will stay on the baseline here. And now it's the Lisbon Broncos slated to inbound it with Cordero. Cameron on the baseline to Lincoln Adair. Coming through the double screen is Olsen, right-hand side Cordero. Cordero on the baseline, bounce pass on the interior, and then ball's going to be out of play. Good hustle by Connor Dahl. Maple River averaging 48 a night while defensively giving up 59. Lisbon came in averaging 46 while giving up 54 a game. Broncos up and over on it to Kelson. Kelson shot fake up in the air, got it to go for 2. A 7-0 run in the quarter here for the Lisbon Broncos. They're back within 14. But time is running out. Lincoln Adair trying to get the swipe, and he does. Kelson, as Kelson will bring it up the floor, gives it to Bittner, and the Bronco bench saying we got to go. Right-hand side, Bittner, shot fake. Bittner rising, 15-footer, got it. And then he might have rolled his ankle, as Jordan Bittner has 8 points with 1:35 left to play here in the quarter. And they're going to ask the coaches to come out here, as right away when Bittner came down, was holding that left ankle immediately with 95 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter. As Bittner will try to put some pressure on it, and Cordero will help him off. That's the good news from the Lisbon Bronco point of view, able to put some own pressure on it here for Bittner. There's a guy that's your leading scorer here tonight with 8 points, now to the bench. And you hope it's nothing more than just a twisted ankle and nothing more severe, as they have games with Napoleon and Oaks to come Saturday and Tuesday. Their next Region 1 game in Milner at Sargent County. That's the one that they would really want him back for in that region counter. So the Broncos back within 12. It's been the closest it's been since the second quarter here. A stop and a score to make it a 10 or single-digit lead. Bosch in the front court. Bosch reverse pivots. Gets the ball screen. Koka. Koka with it hard down the paint, and there's a foul on the floor, as Cameron will pick up his first and the team's 6th. So the next foul would put Maple River into the bonus, where both teams would be in the 1-1. And Lisbon, to extend this game, you can try to get a quick steal quickly, and then after that, it's about fouling to extend this game right now. Silling, double team comes. Wyatt attacking the paint. Gets fouled and counted. The first bucket for Maple River of the fourth quarter comes at the 1:03 mark, and Wyatt Silling with an and-one opportunity. Foul will be the 7th here on the Lisbon Broncos, and Ethan Bergerman will pick up his first. At the line, shooting the and-one for Silling, going to be off the mark, and Lincoln Adair gets his 5th rebound of the game. Cordero quickly to the 10, shot no, put back good here for Kelson. He's got now 6 points and 2 rebounds, and the Lisbon Broncos are not going away quietly here with 55.4 left to play in the fourth quarter. There's a timeout on the floor here late in this one. Still to come, we'll get to our post-game show and our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Also, our RDK Enterprises feature Precision Play the Match and more. That's all still to come. We'll take a quick break and put a bow on this final 55 seconds of regulation when we return here from the Raider Dome.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
55.4 left to play here in this one. Lisbon with one timeout remaining. Broncos, we'll see when they foul if they can get the steal or the trap quick. Koka in the front court. Brings up the floor now to Hovelson. Reverse it here to Bittner. Double team comes, and there's the foul. Foul on the way here for Cameron. Cordero's second, team's eighth, and it's a 1-and-1 opportunity for Carter Bosch at the free throw line with 6 points here tonight. Free throw opportunity is off the mark. Rebound coming to Lincoln Adair, his sixth. Cordero with it. Shot's going to be off the mark. Rebound here for Bosch, but he was on the end line, and this will stay with the Lisbon Broncos. So for Lisbon, they will inbound it. Last season in Lisbon, the Broncos won 67-57, what was a tosser back and forth. Cordero down the paint. Good job by Carter Bosch to get that one out of play. As Cordero will reset on the inbounds here. Cordero left-hand side to Olsen, left of the key now to Kelson. Around the horn, Cordero, right wing three on the way. Off the backboard, no. Rebound here to Wyatt Silling, and then we're going to have a reach and foul on the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon, valiant effort, coming up a little bit short. Again, digging yourself the hole, that old question, how much is too much to climb out of on any given game? And Kelson will foul out with his fifth personal foul. Played with 3 fouls in the first half. Kelson with 8 points on the night with 2 rebounds as well. And now at the free throw line for the Maple River Raiders, this will be Wyatt Silling, as Lisbon will make a substitution as Elliot Welter will check into the game. For the Raiders, they'll get their starters out and allow some of their bench players to come in. Blake will check in, Calvin Satchram as well. With Caleb Dow's now in, free throw opportunity for Wyatt Silling. Free throw opportunity is going to be off the mark, and a rebound here to Elliott. Welter gets the rebound out to Lincoln Adair. Left-hand side three-pointer the way by Olsen. Going to be off the mark. A loose ball here for Wyatt Silling. Gives it now to Caleb Dow's. They're not going to foul, and that'll do it here tonight from the Raider Dome in Tower City. Well, Maple River held to 2 points in the fourth quarter, but they only give 11 to Lisbon, and they will pick up the region victory here tonight as well from the Raider Dome. A hard-earned victory here over the Lisbon Broncos with the win, and the Maple River Raiders improved to now 4-10 on the season and 3-5 in Region 2 play. Well, with the loss here for the Lisbon Broncos, they will drop to 4-11 on this season and 3-6 in Region 1 play. Coming up on our post-game show, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and more. That's all still to come, and a look at the final numbers, and we'll hear from the winning coach and player as well here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problems solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
More new equipment and more trades continue to come to the lot of Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada. Now on the lot, 8735 Massey Ferguson row crop tractor. Come take a look. Talk to Chuck O'Neill for more information on this 8735 Massey Ferguson row crop tractor. Also on the lot, new 29-foot Wilrich Chisel Pro and this new 39-foot Wilrich Chisel Plow. Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada, 218-784-2961.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We are less than 90 days until spring planting. 90 days. Are you ready? Is your maintenance plan in place? Do you have parts on hand? Are any upgrade options decided on and purchased? We can help. Spring will be here before you know it, and we will help you meet the challenge. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com.
Your final here, the Maple River Raiders win it 44-32 over the Lisbon Broncos. Let's take a look at some of the particulars in this one. First is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Life takes energy. Enbridge Energy for life. Go to enbridge.com for career opportunities. That again is enbridge.com for career opportunities. And there's a handful to pick from, and it's easy at times to say, let's go at the leading scorer, who was Wyatt Silling, who very much deserved it. In the first half, it would have been a split between Coca and Silling. They had 19 of the 33 points for Maple River. Carter Bosch played really well, but we're going to give it to Coca and Silling when it mattered most early. Those guys performed really well, hit 5 threes in the opening half. Again, 33-12 at the half, and Coca and Wyatt Silling had 19 points here for the Raiders. Those two are our Enbridge Energy players of the game. Now to our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the game. Get ready for the spring planting season with RDK Enterprises. From maintenance parts and upgraded options, they can help. Spring will be here before you know it. Let the folks at RDK Enterprises meet the challenge with you, and that's defense, defense, and defense, as the Maple River Raiders give up the least amount of points to an opponent here this season tonight, 32. 8 points in the first, 4 points in the second. That was the difference maker in this one to stretch out that lead at 21. The defense here tonight for Maple River is our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the game. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. We come back, we'll hear from some of the victorious players from Maple River and head coach Jay Coca next on your live event.
Goose River Heating and Cooling Hillsboro, serving the Hillsboro and surrounding communities, ready to provide you with service work to existing and new customers. Whether Corey and the crew installed your heating and cooling system or not, they're ready to assist you with your service concerns. And if it's time to update your heating and cooling systems, whether it's your home, farm shop, a cabin, or office building, give Corey and the crew at Goose River Heating and Cooling a call. 701-430-1990. That's Goose River Heating and Cooling, Hillsboro, serving the Hillsboro area and surrounding communities.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Joining us now from the Maple River Raiders, that's sophomore T. Silling here in this one. 5.7 rebounds, goes 1 of 2 from the foul line. A good old-fashioned scrapper here with the Lisbon Broncos tonight. Obviously, defense, the name of the game. But before we talk about that first quarter, you guys were humming 20 points. It seemed like anything that you were throwing up was going in, whether it was going up against the man or zone. What did you see from your team in that opening 8 minutes of play here, T?
Yeah, we had some struggles earlier in the year on offensively, and we really just came out on our home court and shot pretty well.
And then at the end of the day, 2 wins here in Region 1 play as well over Oak Grove and Lisbon. How big is this moving forward for the last couple weeks of the regular season?
Pretty huge. We have a couple of region games next week, and we're really wanting to win out, so we really want to do well.
Do you feel like this team's starting to mesh at the right time? You guys have been so close in so many games. You know, Carrington a couple weeks ago was right down the wire. You've been right there. Hankinson, you know, you were close on the road. Do you feel like this team is starting to get the right direction here in the month of February?
Yeah, if we just play a good defense, then the offense will come, and then we hold the other team to not so many points. Then this works out.
Final thing for you, T. When you can get Caleb and Wyatt going from the outside that first half, they get 5 3-pointers. What does that do offensively for this team when those two get going?
It's huge. We run a lot of our plays for them, and if they're hitting, things are going well.
T, thanks so much for your time. We'll see you here on a quick turnaround tomorrow against Oaks.
Thank you.
That again is T. Silling with us here on our post-game shows. We'll let him hand off the headsets here to Connor Dahl. The junior guard will be checking in here. And Connor, I'll ask the same question to start with as I did with T. What was humming in that opening 8 minutes of play? 20 points you score, you give up 8 points, but it seemed like offensively, whether it was a man or a zone pressure defense, you guys felt like you're in the rhythm here, Connor. What was working?
Oh, we were just hitting big shots right away. Our defense was really strong.
And that led to our transition points, and gave us a big lead and confidence going into the second quarter.
Back-to-back wins here at the Raider Dome. What's so special about this place for opposing teams, and particularly 2 good Region 1 wins as well?
The atmosphere here is great. The student section's big. They're always loud, and it means a lot to us players. We might not show it, but having a big crowd here, it's something special.
Carter Bosch tonight finished with 6.6 rebounds and a handful of assists and steals. What does he mean to this team when he can get the ball scoring, but also just kind of be that point guard, so to speak, literally that point guard out there for you guys?
He can do it all. He's got heart over height, as I like to say sometimes. He's just an absolute animal out there. He can dribble, shoot, pass, rebound. He can do it all for us, and it's big for us.
How fun is this to say, okay, about 16 hours from now we'll have another game here? How much fun is that as a player to know, all right, go to bed, wake up tomorrow, and game day all over again here, Connor?
It's going to be tough, but I hope our team's going to be mentally prepared for tomorrow and physically prepared. Coach is telling us to take care of our bodies, so we're going to eat some good food tonight and make sure we're ready for tomorrow.
Hey, Connor, thanks so much for your time. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you.
That again, Connor Dull with us here for the Maple River Raiders as they improved to 4-10 on the season, 3-5 in Region 1 play. A stat here for Maple River and a stat for the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon now is 4-1 on the season when they scored 52 or more points, but unable to get to 52. While for Maple River, they are 4-0 on the season when they hold teams to under 50 points here, and you've done it back-to-back nights, Jay, here with really good defense. We'll talk about what was working offensively in the first quarter, where that might have been the best 8 minutes of basketball that you've seen from your team this season, maybe, Jay. But at the end of the day, what did you like from your team defensively here this week against Oak Grove, and that carried over tonight against the Lisbon Broncos?
I think our kids have played with urgency, and things are starting to click. They're starting to play team defense. We're moving our feet. Our help side is there. We've really taken away the inside presence of teams forcing outside shots and some contested shots. But, our guys have worked tremendously hard, and I'm just happy and proud of them that they can see this hard work's paying off here this week with 2 huge region wins. And another thing, I think we've done a pretty good job on the boards as well, limiting them to 1 shot. A few times they get a few, but for the most part, we've done a good job.
Yeah, 4 points only you gave up in the second quarter, but offensively, what was working in that first half? Obviously, Caleb, with a couple of threes there. You had Wyatt able to get a couple in that first half as well. They hit all 5 threes for you tonight, but what was working in that first half, Jay?
We went to some specials early to try and see what they were going to do against the screen, and our guys did a great job of reading it, and Caleb had a few open threes, and they started taking him away, and Wyatt hit some shots, and those 2 guys hit together, we could be dangerous, and I think people can see that. I think Wyatt's really stepped up his game here in the past couple weeks for us, and that's huge. And our guys are playing out of our offense, and not just looking for the 1 or 2 options that we have early. We're playing out of it, and that's huge. And I think for us moving forward, we got to continue to do that like we did in the first half. Not like we did in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you had only 1 field goal there in the fourth quarter, but you only give up Lisbon 11, and you built that 21-point lead. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I remember you were talking about this would kind of get you ready for region play these next couple weeks, where a lot of games in a short amount of time. Quick turnaround tomorrow against Oaks, who's coming into town here. So what's the next 16 hours like from a head coach's point of view? And at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon, the ball's going to get tipped up again, and you get to have another game here at the Raider Dome.
Yeah, obviously, after a win, it's a lot better. It's going to be a lot easier turnaround for our guys, not necessarily for me, but for the guys after a win. I think it's going to be easier for them. They're going to have a little more step, a little more giddy up tomorrow, so that's going to be good. But no, I'm going to go back and do some game planning for tomorrow for Oaks, which I've started already, but really hit that in the next couple hours when I get back. So we're prepared for them tomorrow, and like we said in the locker room, it'd be great for us to win all 3 this week. That's a great week for us going into another tough week ahead. So, but we're taking 1 game at a time, and we're taking all these games, like I said, in the pregame, like playoff games. So for us, it was a big win for us tonight. Put us, I think it moved us up to tied in 7th in the region, which is huge. So these tiebreak situations with the teams in the cluster are huge. But no, I'm proud of our guys, the way we defended again, and we showed some grit and worked tremendously hard. And our guys were on the floor, so that was good.
Jay, thanks so much for your time. We'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon. I would say brunch and basketball, but at least lunch and basketball tomorrow, right?
There you go. Yeah, thanks, Chase.
Jay Koka, head coach from the Maple River Raiders, with us on our post-game show. We'll take a look at the final numbers next here on your live event.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problems solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
Out-of-town scoreboard for you. Sargent County and Fargo Oak Grove tied at 49 in Fargo with 7 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. So a win for Sargent County gets them no worse than the number 2 seed entering the region tournament, while a win for Fargo Oak Grove would be massive, trying to climb the ladder and maybe get to a 3 seed. But currently tied at 49 apiece between the Grovers and Sargent County with 7 minutes left to play on our out-of-town scoreboard. Taking a look at the final numbers here tonight for the Maple River Raiders. 6 players in the scoring column, 5 threes. They had 3 of 7 from the line and 21 rebounds with 11 turnovers. Maple River led by the 12 points of Wyatt Silling with a couple of rebounds, 11 by Caleb Koka with 3 threes. 8 points here for Clay Hovelson with 5 boards, 6 points for Carter Bosch and 6 rebounds. 5 here for T. Silling with 7 rebounds and 2 for Connor Dahl here for the Maple River Raiders. Maple River 20 points in the first quarter, 13 in the second, 9 in the third, and 2 points in the fourth quarter. For the Lisbon Broncos, they had 6 players in the scoring column, 1 of 2 from the free throw line with 1 made triple. 24 rebounds here tonight for the Lisbon Broncos and 7 turnovers. Lisbon 8 points in the first quarter, 4 points in the second, 9 in the third quarter, and 11 points in the fourth. They outscored Maple River 11-2 in the final 8 minutes, but again, 21 points trailing entering that quarter proved to be too much. Lisbon led by the 8 points of Jordan Bittner with 2 rebounds, 8 points for Sam Kelson with a pair of boards. Wyatt Olson with 7 points, 1 of 2 from the line, 5 points for Cordero and 4 points apiece for Lincoln Adair and Wyatt Webb. With the loss for the Broncos, now 4-11 and 3-5 in the 3-6 in the region, while for the Maple River Raiders, they improved to 4-10 and 3-5 in Region 1 play. Lisbon will play tomorrow in Napoleon against the Imperials, while for the Maple River Raiders, they will host the Oaks Tornadoes at noon for the JV game, and then 1:30 is varsity. Then stay tuned for the girls contest against Sargent County starting at 4. On behalf of Joey Hughes, I'm Chase Miller. Thanks very much for tuning in tonight for Region 1 boys basketball from the Raider Dome in Tower City, and we'll see you tomorrow afternoon also to start your Saturday right here on yourliveevent.com.